Hello, everyone. My name is Srikanth. I'm a principal solutions architect with Amazon QuickSight. I've been with Amazon for almost 4 years now. I have 16 plus years of experience in IT. Uh, Outside of Amazon, I have worn every single hat you can think of as part of software development lifecycle. Happy to be here today to talk through increased collaboration for readers for embedded dashboards. This is mainly like I'll be talking more about embedding, what are all the options where readers can collaborate well with the options that you can enable through embedding. And on top of that, there is a new feature that we have just launched. I'm going to walk you through that and demo that feature as part of today's call. So with that, let me get started and share my screen here. We are going to cover like introduction to QuickSight at a high level, embedded analytics impact, how embedded analytics can help your organizations. Next, we will talk about seamless experiences for your users and shared views, which is our brand new feature. QuickSight, Amazon QuickSight is your business intelligence tool from AWS, where it is completely serverless and auto scaled for you, so you don't have to worry about your capacity, worry about any of the scaling aspects of it. Don't no maintenance on infrastructure and whatnot. It is built for scale. You can grow from like 100 users to hundreds of thousands of users without the need of thinking about capacity at all. It can securely work with your data lakes and other AWS related users. It doesn't stop there. It can also work with your on-prem databases, your business applications like Jira, GitHub, or your cloud databases like Snowflake, Databricks, XSOL, others. So you have like a lot of connectivity that you can establish from QuickSight and bring that data and put visualizations so that you can democratize that data and put it to your hands of users, either through embedding or bringing users to QuickSight. Second thing that we QuickSight does really well is we have APIs for every single thing you can think of, where you can manage multi-tenancy through APIs. You can do creation of dashboards, creation of data sets, connections, VPC connections, all of that you can do it through APIs. So we not only just focus based on business analysts, we have focus on the developers as well, where all these APIs help automate and create your own workflows. Third thing I would like to talk about is your ML features in QuickSight. QuickSight has generative BI capabilities that we all are aware of. This is our like brand new capabilities based on the generative AI emergence that happened late last year. QuickSight has incorporated those into the tool itself, where you can ask questions in natural language and create your dashboards, create your calculations through natural language, refine your visuals. All of that can be done through natural language. Alongside that, it can also do summarization of your dashboards in the form of executive summaries and creation of data stories for further sharing and presenting data to your higher management. Other things apart from natural language querying, QuickSight has built-in ML algorithm called random cut forest algorithm. It's a variation of random cut forest, which was pioneered by Amazon.com and fuels needs for Amazon.com till date, where you can do anomaly detection for outliers and forecasting anytime you have your time series data. Third thing QuickSight also does with respect to ML is unsupervised learning on your data. As you start building those dashboards, it can understand what are the important metrics, what are the important dimensions, and take those and give you those suggested insights in the form of natural language generation, where you will get these insights saying, okay, what was your month over month growth, what was your highest month of sales, so on and so forth. Depending on whatever metrics you're choosing as part of your dashboard, it does that. Again, like with respect to compliance, security, and access control, QuickSight has follows the same principles as AWS does, which is like ground zero. Security is our ground zero. So we have like various options through which you can secure your data. We have all the various compliances that are available for you, so you don't have to go and do that additional compliances. Obviously, like any other service in AWS, QuickSight also has the shared security model and shared compliance model. So anything that is owned by QuickSight and AWS, that is where the compliance will end. And anytime you have your own things that you are bringing into the mix, those the compliance is your ownership at that point. So overall, that's a brief introduction on QuickSight. Next, we will look at how you can differentiate your offerings through QuickSight. You can empower your users. You can enhance your applications using embedded options. There are various embedding options that QuickSight offers. Easiest one being there is no code embedding, where you can just take with a click of a button, you can embed a dashboard into your application. So in QuickSight, when a dashboard is published, you can click on a button to get the iframe code for that particular dashboard. You can take that and push it into your application, and your application will start showcasing those dashboards. There are certain prerequisites that are required for that, like the domain you are embedding into has to be whitelisted within QuickSight, keeping again security at the center of everything, so that your code and your dashboards are not readily embeddable in any applications out there. You have control over which applications you want to embed these dashboards into, and that is your no code embedding. It has two different flavors, one being public embedding, and second being your enterprise level embedding. Public embedding, as the name suggests, is readily available for all the public which is on the internet. Second is your enterprise embedding, which means you can integrate your single sign-on, you can integrate your other authentication mechanisms for your application, and QuickSight will tap into those before rendering that dashboard onto your application. The second mode of embedding, which is code-based embedding, enables your developers to be able to make API calls to QuickSight and be able to get that dashboard URL using an API call and then embed that. So a lot of times the question that we get is, hey, why do I use a code-based embedding when I already have no code embedding where I can simply copy a simple iframe code and put it into my application? So there is a customization aspect of it where you can, when you embed your dashboard through code based and API based, there is a lot of customization that QuickSight offers in the form of a JavaScript SDK that will help you create those runtime themes, help you create those runtime parameter passing, runtime filtering, and shade views, and all other things that are available only in code based. And in a one click embedding, which is no code embedding, you won't have all that customization available to you. When it comes to code-based embedding, there are two different flavors. One for registered users within QuickSight, two for non-registered users, which means anonymously using an API call, you can get a dashboard and embed that into your application. For both of these, there are security models in place. We have a lot of information in our developer section of community where you can find what is the main difference. Obviously, this focus of this session is to talk through the seamless part of it, seamless integration, so how readers can interact and how readers can get full benefit of these features. So if you are interested in any of those features, I would highly recommend you to go into the developer area of our community and do further exploration. We also have sessions dedicated on embedding which talk through deep dive on embedding, so we will be able to join those sessions to get more insights into that and ask those related questions there. So when we build an application, as part of the application, if you want to embed the dashboard, right, you want to embed that dashboard in a very fast way so that your time to market is reduced. So QuickSight does offer simple APIs through which you can make that call and be able to embed those dashboards into your applications. A lot of these are like supported, a lot of programming languages, SDKs are supported for those APIs. But when it comes to your front end, we do support like TypeScript, ESX syntaxes to be able to use that JavaScript embedding SDK and further customize to build those seamless user experiences from within your application. What are these seamless experiences, right? So when a user is coming in and going into a dashboard and interacting with the dashboard, let's say a user is coming in and clicking on a particular data point within your dashboard, you want to be able to track that, you want to be able to debug that. So there are like various events that are available for your developers to be able to listen to for doing your tracking, debugging, and also building consistent experiences across the board. That way your developers are not spending time in understanding what they need to do, versus QuickSight is giving those events right off the bat from within the console, which is console of your browser. You are able to find what are all those events that are being triggered, and you can hook your workflows as part of that. Apart from that, there is like robust documentation available as part of our JavaScript SDK that will give you a detailed explanation of what are all these different events that are available at your disposal, to be able to take that and integrate them within your application to create these seamless user experiences. I'll do a demo also towards the end, so you understand what I'm talking through when I'm talking through each of these. You will see those demos, and I'll highlight what are all those features that gives that seamless experience for your end users. Another thing is persisting your user experiences. Let's say I am a user of a QuickSight dashboard who is coming into your application and want to be able to have that view which I left last time on, and I'm a QuickSight user. I want to be able to continue my exploration of the dashboard from where I am. That is another user experience that we want to create. So state persistence is one of them. Bookmarks is another one that you can create as bookmarks. So where you left off, you can pick up that bookmark and start doing that. All of that is possible for registered users within your embedded dashboard. So state persistence will let you leave the state of the dashboard for that particular user in which they left, and when they come back tomorrow, they log into your application. Your application do not have to maintain any of that state persistence. QuickSight does this for you, so the user can pick up from where they left yesterday. So there is simple toggle that you can pass saying I want state persistence enabled. By default, state persistence is turned off, but you can turn off that state persistence as part of that dashboard embedding, and QuickSight will make sure that the behavior is enabled on the backend for you. So when the user comes back in, they can easily continue with their work. Oftentimes what happens is in your applications, you want to be able to create experiences where you can kick off your workflows that can trigger other actions from within your application or outside of your application also. So for those cases, we have like custom actions that you can enable on a Datapoint clickback. Here in this GIF, you can see I'll do a demo also, a live demo of this as well. But here in this, say, let's say you're going through these list of accounts and you want to flag an account for further review for your sales team. You can do that, and it can also trigger that workflow where you can listen to that event. You can extract all the information from that particular record and create and draft an email and set it out. That can be built as part of your application. So this is our Datapoint callbacks, which is also called as custom actions. This lets you create a seamless user flow so that your users are not leaving this application and finding this information in various applications and then creating those workflows outside of your application. They can do right from within your application using all these constructs. This helps you build better experiences for your users so that they don't have to navigate through various applications to achieve what they wanted to achieve. Finally, shared view is something that we have just launched. It's brand new. It was just launched last week, where you have it enabled for both registered and anonymous users, where a user can what the user can do is, as part of your application, you can enable a simple button which can create a shared view. Let's say I have a dashboard. I am on a dashboard. I'm clicking on various. I'm going through various filters, etc., on the dashboard, and then I want to be able to share that with someone else outside of QuickSight, or who is part of your application. In that case, you can create an application URL with the click of a button using our JS SDK construct and be able to have that link shared with the users you want, be it an email distribution, be it a single user. You can share that link, and when they click on that link, they come back to your application, they log into your application, and the exact same view is available for them to be able to share it. I will share the details of how that works today towards the end as we go along. Next, let's look at a demo of. So I'm going to a site here called embedding.quicksite.dev. I have two different personas here. One is sales leader and EMEA, sales leader in EMEA and APJ, and sales leader in global. This will take care of row level security for you. QuickSight does support row level security and column level security. For embedded customers, most of the time it is row level security that is required. And when you are doing that row level security, you can pass that information into QuickSight at runtime when you are doing that no user embedding. But when you are doing user-based embedding, you can configure rules within QuickSight to be able to filter out the data and show the data to the user right from within your application, which the user is entitled to see. Here on this first page, what we are seeing is what we are seeing is uh, a, a visual embedding. So QuickSight does allow you to embed a single visual as well, not just like whole dashboards. If you have a bunch of dashboards and you want to give a view of like 5 different visuals, in this case I'm showing 2 different visuals here from 2 different dashboards. You can bring those 2 different visuals from 2 different dashboards and build your own dashboard kind of a view right from in your application. That is also one of the experience that your readers would love, because in that case they won't have to navigate multiple dashboards. They can just go through this customized view that you have created for them and have that in the form of like visual embedding. Second thing, dashboard embedding. This is where now if you look at it, while the dashboard loads, the top two drop downs here are part of the application and not within QuickSight. You are able to pass those parameters to QuickSight to be able to filter out data when a user selects a particular uh, product value or a particular region here in this case, and you can see that the data is filtering out in here. So you can create those custom views for your end users and be able to create these filters. This filter, it works in 2 different ways. One, if you have a filter in QuickSight and a parameter, you can pass it as a parameter to that filter and QuickSight will filter it out. But the second thing, what you can do for creating that seamless experience for readers is you can create this control directly in your application. There is no filter configured in QuickSight. There is no parameter configured in QuickSight. It is runtime filter that you are creating and passing. In this case, this is a runtime filter that we are showing you, which is this filter is not configured on this dashboard. No parameters are created, and you're dynamically able to pass that. Second thing you can do is be able to change the theme of a dashboard. Yeah. So as you see here, the theme is completely changed. So you can create those custom themes and be able to run and apply them at runtime to change the theme of the dashboard completely when the user chooses, or based on the customer. Let's say you have a multi-tenant application and one customer have one preference for colors, and second customer have second preferences for colors to blend. You can completely switch those colors and etc and the styling based on a customer or based on a user action. Like here in this case I'm showing light and dark mode. Third thing that QuickSight offers you embedding is our natural language querying. This is our still like old version of the queue. The new version of the queue will still be soon be integrated as part of this website. This is a public facing website where you can access this and play around. The code for this website is a simple HTML. So you can also download the code for yourself and see how we have implemented most of these features. And here in this case, you see you are able to ask a simple question, renewable amount by product category, and you are able to go through all of that and be able to generate that response instantly. In our new queue, you will see a multi-visual response at where it will give you details about renewal amounts, details about what are the different products, how many products, what was the total amount, and details of each and every product with amount in a table. That way you have like complete information. Along with that, it is also going to do a natural language generation of all the things, explaining in a simple English format, so that you don't have to worry about understanding and going through those multiple visuals. Finally, QuickSight also offers monthly reports, which is your paginated reports, very much similar to your business objects reports or Cognos reports or your SQL Server reports, where you have like endless pagination that is also available for you to be able to embed and share with your customers, so they don't have to again navigate through different systems. They can just come to your application and get access to their monthly reports, weekly reports, whatever type of reports they have. Or they can also do other experiences like visual embedding, dashboard embedding, Q&A experience and whatnot. Finally, let me walk you through the shared view experience, that is our brand new experience that launched last week. And I will walk you through the code as well so you understand how this can be done. All right. So here, let's say I have a dashboard where I have by default all the products. Now I'm researching a particular product. And in this case, I'm going to a one view product. And one view product, I see these details here. There can be multiple visuals on the dashboard, right? I have a few empty visuals, but then I have a few visuals here where as soon as I select one view, it is going to filter out the data on these visuals for one view. Now I want to share this view with a user. I have a button created in the application. When I click on that button, it is generating this link. And this, if you see, this is my application link. Alongside, it generates a dashboard ID and a view ID. So I have taken this dashboard ID and view ID and appended here, and I'm processing that as part of the code. I will walk you through the code as well. Now, when I share this, I'm going in as a different user, let's say. This is completely for anonymous and user based, so you can apply this to either the registered user embedding or anonymous embedding. So in this case, I opened an incognito window just to say if I share this link and click on this, you will notice that QuickSight is now able to understand that view. There is obviously some processing and application that is happening behind the scene through which QuickSight is able to now understand and show you that. So if I were to share this link with any of you here in the chat window, if any of you try that, you will see this exact view, which is one view filtered out for you. Now, next, what I can do is I can go back and refresh the screen. I have a small bug there. That's why I have to refresh the screen. If not, I didn't need to. Second thing I can do is I can go ahead and look at chatbot plugin and create that link again for my shared view. Copy this, open another window and paste it. This time around, you will notice that I have the chatbot plugin loading. So this helps you to create. I'm showing it with just one control. You can have multiple controls here and select multiple controls and still generate. All it will do is when you generate that shared view, it will give you back two things, that is dashboard ID and view ID. Let me show you the code so you can understand this a little bit better. So in this case, what happens is the application is going through here and determining dynamic mode or static mode. I have two different modes that I play with. What I was showing you was dynamic mode, but if you notice here, when the application logic starts, this is where it is starting, and it's going through all. It's looking at view ID, dashboard ID. Initially, dashboard ID and view ID is empty, and there is no query string parameter called dashboard ID. And I want to show you here, there are no query string parameters in this application when I do this, right? So this is the flow it executes here, saying, okay, I have dashboard ID, I don't have dashboard ID. So it goes, there is no query string parameters at all. It just goes to dynamic. And then based on dynamic, I have a few things which I replace in my HTML file. I have a HTML file in here, dynamic sample.html. I open that file and replace a few things for API gateway URL and other things. But then it makes this call to get QuickSight dashboard URL. There is this function within my Lambda, which is get QuickSight dashboard URL, and it is going and making that call to QuickSight to generate embed URL for registered user. I'm showing you a registered user. You can apply it for anonymous user as well. Same thing, no changes there. It should just work the same way. And here, if you see, I'm passing parameters in experience configuration. We are creating a seamless experience for user. So we have put this as part of the experience configuration where you are passing dashboard ID. This is standard stuff you were passing. For feature configurations, we have enabled something called shared view, where you say this, I want to enable shared view on this dashboard. Other thing I was talking about earlier was state persistence. So I have enabled state persistence as well. Uh, so in this case, it will just honor the state persistence as well, but this is the one that is important for shared view to work. And this is the one for state persistence. This was the example I was talking about when the user leaves QuickSight dashboard in your application in certain with certain controls, and then they come back tomorrow, that is loaded. For that, you use state persistence. For shared view logic that I was showing, if someone wants to create a view of a dashboard, this is what needs to be enabled. Once this is enabled, what happens is in your dynamic HTML, when that button is clicked, now I'll walk you through that button. I have created a button here, which is share button. And based on this share button, I'm adding an event listener for click. My function name is get shared view. If I go to get shared view function, you will see that I'm making a simple call to my dashboard, which is already loaded. So dashboard is loaded here through embed dashboard. First time when the HTML page loads, dashboard is loaded. There is no view ID or anything. So it goes through empty view ID. Second time, when the user clicks on this generate share view, this function is getting executed. Now, when this function gets executed, all you're doing is you're calling the embedded dashboard experience that you have created, and you're calling a function called create shared view. It is going to grasp everything, and it is going to create that state for you and everything just for this, and it will give you back your dashboard ID and view ID. What I'm doing is just writing an alert statement on that, and giving creating a URL again for API gateway URL, which is my application URL plus dashboard ID and view ID. So again, if I go back here, what I explained so far is when this dashboard is loaded, it is loading now because my state persistence is enabled. It is going back to one view. I'll load Alchemy here. And when I click this button, this, this is creating that alert with my function. Now, what happens is next time when I am going in and loading this particular with a view ID, if you see here, I have dashboard ID and a view ID. So let's go back to the code. Next time when it comes, the execution again starts here. Execution starts here. It goes through and says, okay, I found a dashboard ID query parameter. It is extracting the dashboard ID here and view ID here. So when you extract the dashboard ID and view ID, I am able to then go ahead and replace those values in my HTML page. So if you see here on line 107 and 108, I'm replacing dashboard ID construct with my dashboard ID and view ID construct with my view ID. Now, when the HTML page loads this time around, it has a closure here for AWS data where I have dashboard ID and view ID, which I'm populating. It will just take that view ID, and in the embed dashboard function, you have content options, where in content options you're just passing that view ID here. First time when it came, the view ID was empty. Second time when it came, the view ID is populated, and it is honoring that view ID and loading that view ID, which means that it is applying all those controls, etc. Alchemy was the product that I selected, so it is showing me Alchemy. So that is how the shared view works. There is another way that this can also work is when you create this view ID. I'll go into QuickSight. There are multiple ways to redeem it, so I'm just showing you other way to redeem it. I'll go on the dashboard. I'll go to shared view dashboard. This is the dashboard, and Alchemy, because of the state persistence, it is showing me already Alchemy. Let's say I am on all the products here, but if I have the view ID, I can just pass that view ID here, views slash views, and that particular view ID that the SDK is able to generate. And when you load this, it is going to honor that view ID and show you that Alchemy being selected now. So that is another way to redeem the dashboard, the view ID. The third way you can redeem that view ID is directly when applying it to the embed URL. So what you can do is, if you notice here, this code, if view ID is empty, I just have response embed URL. And if view ID is not empty, which means there is value in view ID, I'm appending that view/view ID to the embed URL that you are taking and embedding directly into your application. And based on that, you can it will automatically redeem. So there are multiple ways you can redeem it. One is, the easiest way is, if you're using SDK, just pass the view ID here and that is done. Second way is, right when you are returning, so when this code executes, this returns that HTML page, to that HTML page, the embed URL. I'm replacing this QS embed URL here, right? So that embed URL goes and replaces in the closure here again, QS embed URL. And this is embed URL. This embed URL is used in your embed dashboard, and that embed URL is automatically applied. In that case, you don't have to pass the view ID. You can just pass the full embed URL with the views like this, and you will be able to redeem that view. So there are various ways to redeem. Like I said, one is through content options within JavaScript SDK. Second is directly appending the view ID to the URL path. Third is directly appending the view from within QuickSight. So that is shared view, overall seamless experience. So uh, today uh, we talked about how QuickSight can help in differentiating your offerings and empowering your users to and enhancing your applications. There are various options, right from dynamic filtering to dynamic theming to data point callbacks. Another thing that I forgot to show you was the data point callback demo, and that code is also available here on this. You can download this is simple HTML code, like I said, and you will be able to navigate and see exactly how our team has implemented this. All right. So for example, here, this is a fictitious software company, and these are like renewals. These are coming up like renewals, and September 1st, there is a renewal for this license. And September 11th, which is tomorrow, I want to be able to notify customer because we are saying we can give a discount of 20% for this customer, right? So in that case, I have created this as a just image here, which can be created as a action. And this is all done through dynamically through the application. You don't have to do it, build this in QuickSight, and you are able to then generate that template, all that number saying, okay, this email is to notify that license number. If you see here, the license number that I clicked on is 1054. Customer ID is 1054 and license number is 33. That is expiring. We are offering you 20% discount, and we can just send out an email like that. So you can create that custom flow. So you have like data point callbacks or custom actions, custom triggering custom actions. You can do that. You can do dynamic filtering, dynamic theming, parameter passing, locale handling, to be able to show that different language support there. And on top of that, we have just recently added the shared view. Soon we will take the shared view example and enhance this, so you will be able to see the code directly from there as well. uh, so overall, this QuickSight is continuously working on increasing collaboration for readers of embedded dashboards through various means and various options, so that you can build those experiences as part of your application.